The magnitude of destruction in the war of Mahabharata was extremely high. People have different opinions about the person responsible for the war. Some believe that Draupadi, the wife of five Pandava brothers, was the reason, while others believe that Duryodhan, the eldest Kaurava brother, was responsible. However, Krishna had a different perspective, believing that the intellectual people were responsible for the destruction. When Bhishma Pitamaha asked Krishna the reason for his suffering, Krishna answered that the most responsible people were those who had the most to lose at the end of the war. The results showed that the ones who had lost the most were Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. They lost their kingdom and their 100 sons, which was the greatest pain for any parents to see their children killed in such a brutal manner. Dhritarashtra was responsible because he encouraged his son to believe that it was his right to become king after him. Gandhari was responsible because she blindfolded herself, vowing never to see the world again just because her husband was blind. This was a foolish decision driven by her ego of being married to a blind king. As a result, their children suffered as they did not receive proper love, care, and treatment that every child deserves from their parents. The next person who suffered the most was Bhishma Pitamaha. He lost his loved ones, including his 100 grandsons and the sons of Pandava brothers, and his loyalty was questioned. He had a painful death lying on a bed of arrows for many days before finally giving up his life. His sin was that he remained silent despite witnessing the evil deeds of Kaurava brothers. As the chief of the palace, he had the power to stop the wrongdoing and punish the culprits, but he chose not to act. Another responsible person was Dronacharya. Like Bhishma, he could have spoken against the injustices but chose to remain silent. Consequently, he also had to suffer greatly. Sakuni, the mastermind behind the war, played a major role in convincing the Kaurava brothers that they had been discriminated against and should fight for their rights. In the end, he had a brutal death. His body was torn apart and he was killed in a gruesome manner. Karna, Duryodhana, and Dussasana were equally responsible for their evil actions and had to suffer accordingly. Moreover, all those who remained silent when Draupadi was humiliated were also responsible for the war and suffered in different circumstances. Lord Krishna also suggested that good people do not desire power and therefore leave their position easily. King Pandu went to the forest leaving his kingdom and Bhishma gave up his position to keep his promise. As a result, the wrong people gained the power and misused it, leading to a disastrous consequences. Krishna emphasized that responsible people should not abandon their position as greedy individuals will seize the power and create difficult situations. This teaches us that remaining silent in the face of injustice is the greatest wrongdoing. We must always stand up for our rights and those of others. Wrong deeds should be discouraged and we should take our responsibilities seriously and wisely.